Alright, welcome back to Project 9 Deuce Coupe. It's a 1992 Ford Mustang, just like I showed you, V8 car and everything. So like I said in the intro video, I'm going to start with the interior. This is probably what needs the most love. It does run and drive. I could take it to town if I wanted to, go get a cup of coffee, do whatever I want. But the interior in this thing is complete garbage. It needs to be just basically stripped out, checked, make sure everything's in good shape, and start over. There's no reason to live with this at any point any longer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of in the trunk. I'm going to take the battery out and see what I've got going on in there, and then I'm going to come back here and start taking this out. So let's peek at what's going on. Alright, so you can kind of see here's all the stuff taken out of there. Got basically the cheap cardboard floor mat taken out, or the jack storage use out of there. I've got all the carpet pieces taken out. They're in relatively okay shape for being 23 years old. I probably am just going to clean them up and put them back in, and once I get everything in, maybe just right above the spare tire, get those replaced, see if I can make a new one, go get something from a local fabric store or something. We'll figure something out. I did take the battery out so you can kind of see. Let me see if I can get it out of my shadow here. You can kind of see here, he did run the positive cable inside the car, which will have to be fixed. And then the negative cable, he ran in red, which is equally confusing if you don't know what you're looking for. And he did pull the grommet out, as you can see there. Maybe you can't see it. He did pull the grommet out. There it is. You can see he pulled the grommet out, but then just ran the wire through the bare, which is no. You don't ever put wiring through just a bare metal hole, so that'll have to be fixed. It's a ground, I understand that, but at the same time, don't put yourself at risk for anything. So I've got a couple holes here you can see. Right here, there it is. Right there you can see on the back side they did do some work on this, but it's still metal, so we're in good shape. You can see there's a broken trim there, so I'll have to get that replaced. Now these tail lights, you can see they are broken along here. I guess just cracked. I mean, they're still in good shape. They don't leak. They're just broken. So I actually did find a set of used ones on Craigslist, and you can see the right one there. So that'll be cleaned up, and this is just dirty. I mean, this is 23 years of dirt and grime and garbage, and I'm going to clean it up. I have no idea why he's running extra positive wire there. I'm scared to know where that would go to, but I'm going to go find out. So wiring looks to be intact, other than it's just filthy dirty and needs to be vacuumed out and cleaned out. I do, if you can see here, I do have the jack for it, which that's pretty cool. Still have that around. Don't have the piece to fix it down, so I will get something taken care of that, hook it there. And I actually did from again, Craigslist. Gosh, you gotta love Craigslist once in a while. I did find a local spare tire. The tire is, of course, it's from an '89, so it's definitely old, but once I get it replaced, the tire replaced, the spare wheel itself is in good shape, and I'll get it put back in here so that way I have a spare when I'm gonna do some travel in this car. So let's take a look at the interior real quick. We'll show you where we're getting started. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to start working from the outside in. So of course the door panels are going to come off first, that way I don't have to beat them up too much anymore. Take everything apart, and then I'm going to work on getting the seats out, console out, probably get the carpet out, all the trim all the way up. I'll leave the headliner in for now, and I'm going to start digging into this dash, taking all the controls out, and really just double check that everything's okay underneath. If the heater core works, I'm going to leave it alone. And I guess that's about it. It's time to get some work done. Alright guys, it's been I don't know how long it's been. A few hours, I guess. I've been trying to take everything apart delicately, so I've been using hand tools, no power tools, as much as possible. So you can see the door panels are off. I did get all the carpeting out. I did find about $2.83 in change, so hey, the car just got cheaper. And sadly, I'm going to need everything of it to get some of the stuff replaced. So you can kind of see here, This is the passenger floor pan. Everything looks pretty good. Everything came out easy. Look down here. This massive nest of nasty is, I don't know how many aftermarket radios they put in, but yeah, I got to take that out, and I think that might be a factory amp sitting down there in the melee, so that that will come out, I'll say that. So just looking up there, everything looks stock. I did take off one of the covers just to see, and there's an aftermarket 3.5-inch speaker or a 4-inch in there. I haven't checked. Looking over at the console, everything looks pretty good. Still need to take apart the gauges and that. So here's where the fun comes in. So somewhere along the way, somebody stripped out the bolt, their stud coming out of there. So they said, hey, you know what would be great? Let's just go ahead and MIG weld the seat right to the floor pan. So that took me about 30 minutes of a Dremel and an air chisel. And then finally a pry bar made it give up. So, great job whoever did that. Thank you very much. You can see there are some pinholes in some of the sealer, and I do have a crack over here in the floor that I need to strip down and weld. Otherwise, it's not too bad. There is some damage on the floor up there. As you can see, it probably got hit in the floor somewhere. And I'm not sure if that was just somebody stupid jacking it up or what, but look, I'm back over here. You can see the door panel's off, and yeah, we're getting there. So I'm gonna take some lunch and take a break. Alright guys, so I went and had some lunch and I threw these seats in here. I got this under wraps. I was kind of hoping this to work out, and I don't think it's going to. So these is what I'm sitting on right now is a set of 2009 GTR seats out of a Nissan GTR. So I ended up, you know, I worked at Nissan for a few years before I came out here. And I ended up helping a guy. He was kind of getting out of the scene and all that, so I went and basically just bought up a bulk of stuff out of his garage. Picked up a supercharger, a big brake kit, and then these seats here. So he had these seats. He was going to put them into a G35, which they were going to require some fabrication. He never got around to it and sold them. So I picked them up and I was thinking, ooh, I'm going to throw them in the Fox, because I haven't been able to really sell them on Craigslist for what they're worth. So I kept these around, and I was going to put them in the coupe, and I just set them in there. They're way too wide. I'm not even sure how to even make them work, because the mounts themselves are all welded together, so it's basically going to be, I think it's just going to be too much for me to try and cut it all into pieces, re-weld it back together, and make sure all the motors work, because these are an 8-way power seat. They also have heaters in them, and as cool as they are, I think it's just more work than I want to deal with for the price of them. So I'm going to probably put these up on Craigslist, try to sell them. Maybe see if I can get a good set of Corbos or Recaros or something better that will bolt straight into the Fox and yet have some cool factor to it. So time to get back to the dash, and we'll see you when I get back to the next break. Alright guys, so yeah, I'm getting a little bit further in here, taking off the defrost controls. Everything there looks to be meh, intact, I'll say that. It's not too hacked. So got the airbag off, and I knew the horn didn't work and the cruise didn't work. And when I asked the previous owner, he said, no, it doesn't work, I don't know why. So I've taken out the airbag. Let me show you. You see all these wires at the top? Right here? Yeah, those are cut. They don't connect to anything. So, yeah. Of course the switches don't work. Duh. Anyway, I'm going to have to go through a wiring diagram and get those fixed. So, anyway, just thought I'd give you a quick update. More to come. Alright guys, so here's where I'm going to end the day. So I've taken the airbag out, figured out how I need to fix the steering wheel. Just got to figure out how to do it now. So I've taken the dash gauges out. You can see there I've taken the top trim loose. I haven't taken it off. I want to take all the plastic off the dash, so I need to get my steering wheel puller out, and then I'm going to go through and basically take everything out. So I just kind of give you a look here. And then once I get the steering wheel off, I'll get the dash plastics off itself. and then start going through all the wiring. So I need to figure out what's been cut up, what needs to be fixed to get everything working correctly, and then once it's done, start cleaning and putting it back together. So signing off. Again, if you want to follow some of my pictures, anything on my build, I'm going to try to upload once a month, probably the third week of the month since I travel that week, and I'll just use all the hotel Wi-Fi. Anyway, again, it's at Basin Motorsports, or Basin Motorsports is what I've got at my Instagram at. And thanks for watching. Next time we'll continue on the interior and potentially start working on some other things. See you later. Bye.